I was in the plane group, and my favorite part was learning how all of the planes worked and how to fly them.
My favorite part was seeing what type of planes there was in the National Museum.
We took 8 field trips in order to prepare for going through history through the eyes of the changes in transportation over the years. So all the field trips were outside of school time. So the kids were enthusiastic participants, and they each had a different slice of it that they participated in. So there were 4 groups that went to 2 places each. It was fun.
And what I really appreciated too was that they all worked very closely with the Burke Historical Society. So it was just a really good fit with the community. It was a good community project also.
Yeah, you saw Mr. Verana there from the Historical Society. He was a very enthusiastic participant and got us in to see the Silas Burke House, but which is currently under renovation. You could see that it wasn't set up beautifully. They had really closed it for use because they were under renovation, but he got us to have a chance to go in there and see it before they were completely taking it apart. And it's being renovated, so it's going to be beautiful. But he came to our classroom too and gave us lots of books, so he was great help.
Very good. Thank you. Cooperation in this project. I'd like to give each one of these students a medal, and it has a little Olympic torch on the front, and it has the American History Film Project on the back. Thank you so much for being part of this and for coming here today and for sharing your stories. I appreciate this. We all do. Time treasures. Thank you. It's around your neck. There you go. Sure. And one last person. So everybody, this is our next generation of heroes. Thank you so much. Okay. Would you like to say thank you? I'm going to choose people from Florida now. If Caleb and Gracie Buck would come down here, please.
We'll be doing group photos out there as well on the red carpet, as well as a group photo of all the kids. So hold on, and we'll hear from Florida now.
Right. So anybody have a question from Florida? From Selby Gardens, Selby Botanical Gardens. They made a film. Anybody have a question for them? Yes.
What was the most interesting thing you learned in your filming?
Okay.
Well, for me, by the way, Gracie did the filming. She's amazing at it. For me, the most interesting thing that I found out was actually about their house, and that they built it themselves. And that originally, I don't know if I said this in the video, but originally the home they had built it was built as their carriage house, and they had planned on building a bigger house instead, but instead they decided that it was big enough, and that's what I thought was really interesting. What did you think was interesting?
I liked knowing how many plants were actually there.
I'd like to give you recognition. Thank you for coming all the way from Florida. By making a trip, it's a little warm here, but I don't know if it's as warm as it is in Florida. Probably a lot warmer now down in Florida, right? Yeah. Okay. How far is Sarasota from the water?
From where we are, it was like
Half an hour from the water. I would just love to get in the water right now. All right. So, Caleb Bug, thank you so much for participating in the American History Film Project and for coming all the way from Florida and for standing here in front of everybody. And Gracie? Same to you. All right. Thank you so much for participating. We have American Heroes from Florida. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Jeremiah Brown and Kavan Dixon. Oh, I look at Jeremiah, he's embarrassed.
Annandale, Virginia.
Yes, Annandale. These two boys did the film about the reenactors, about the female reenactors that came to the Annandale Library in February. Do you boys have anything? Do you have any questions that you want to have anything to ask them?
Any questions?
How did that one lady get from Mississippi up to Annandale?
I actually don't know.
Me either. I don't even know.
Any other questions?
Actually, the reenactors are from Washington, D.C. They're an organization called FREED, and Martha knows a little bit more about that.
FREED stands for Female Reenactors of Distinction, and they are part of the African American Civil War Museum, which is a small museum in Washington, D.C. It's not the large Smithsonian museum. So it's a smaller one, and you don't have to pay tickets. There's probably no line to get in there. So, any other question? Yes, Becky.
So how did you guys learn about the reenactors and what made you interested in making this movie?
Well, how we learned about it is we went to the George Mission Library so we can this was on my little brother's birthday, February 25th, and for what was exciting to me is like how they acted. It was heartbreaking. Well, I didn't cry, but like it was awesome to me. I don't like history, but I know it's awesome. It's when I learned it, when I hear the actors talking, and it was awesome.
So, like, I filmed the whole thing on my phone and broke it up into parts. And it all happened on my birthday. Technically a gift.
That's why you saw at the end, you see all the women standing around because it was Jeremiah's birthday. They were proclaiming his birthday on that special day, the day they filmed it. And Stephen Wright came by their house on spring break, and we watched him teach them more about editing. So that was a really good thing. So Kavan and Jeremiah, I'd like to present you with medals. All right. Okay, our next generation of heroes again. All right, thank you guys. Let's see, Mary Hillbrink. Mary Hillbrink's film, and of course she sang, was about Cary, Illinois. Any questions for Mary?
I'm so sorry. Next time, I'll bring you some chocolate. I'll go to Wisconsin and get you some cheese as well. Okay, get you all this.
How about just Brady Ruth and Butterfinger are they still manufactured by the same company anymore?
I don't think so. I think they got bought out.
Yes.
That's fine. They're still going strong. So.
Yes. So anytime you buy a Baby Ruth or Butterfinger, just think Cary, Illinois. You heard it here. Okay. Thank you so much, Mary, for participating.
Thank you.
And from coming all the way from Cary, Illinois to participate. American hero. All right.
And if you want to see Mary sing a little bit more, she will be singing at the reception upstairs at 5:15, 5:30.
And receiving some medals on behalf of her students is Mrs. Kelly Garcia. Her students don't come here every year because they're busy. It is branding season. It's branding time, so all their students need to brand cows. So they're busy working on ranches.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is that Crazy Horse's horse is up for sale if you're interested in going out to Nebraska and doing some riding. Yeah, he's ready to sell that horse. But my kids are mostly rancher family kids, so they work on the ranches that their families own, and they have brandings, and then there's haying, and then there's calving, and then you got to check fences. So that's why I'm here all by myself to field any questions. So if anybody wants to know anything about Nebraska, let me know.
Kelly has come 3 years in a row faithfully here to the the Fairfax County area and is overwhelmed by the traffic, and I tell her that, yes, we are too. Yes. Any questions for her? Yes.
The lines of trees that they went running through, so that's like farm trees?
That was actually part of the school property. I let them go out during history class and do some filming. I think they both carried bruises for a while. And they tried that in the classroom, and I had to throw them out. So.
Is Marta Rich here today? Yeah. Yes, would you like to come down?
And as she comes down, I'll say that Kelly is also going to be speaking at Nebraska's 150th anniversary statehood. So those Nebraska films will be shown for Nebraska's 150 this July.
Sorry, Marta. This is the first time I've met you, so. Hi, Marta. Thank you for coming. Okay. Marta made the film about Gadsby's Tavern and about Mrs. Ramsey, who was influential in restoring Gadsby's Tavern. Marta had submitted her film to the History Day competition, which is a really big thing, and in turn, they sent her over here. So we work with other organizations also. So would anybody like to ask Marta a question? Yes.
Were you angry at how she was treated? Did it make you indignant on her behalf when you were doing the research and filming and stuff?
A little bit. So every a couple Friday nights in the school year, we do this program with these Girl Scouts. So I'm repeatedly telling this story, and we're repeatedly teaching them about her plan of action. And then when you think about it, when you think Mount Vernon, when you think Old Town, you think George Washington, you think all these historical figures, but you don't think about why they're there. You kind of think about Mount Vernon was George Washington's house, and then like after Martha died, all of a sudden it's a museum, and that's not how it works. All these buildings and museums that we see today, and they're part of field trips that children go on, they didn't just magically appear. It was someone that put in so much time and effort, and Rebecca Ramsey Reese really did put in so much effort, especially being a woman, so that was also difficult, and during the Great Depression. So there were so many factors going against her, but she really, and she completed it, and I think it does kind of make me a little upset because you hear all these names of the famous people, but you don't hear about why they're famous or why their culture and history is preserved.
So we want to thank Marta for coming. And Marta, I'm going to try to put this around your neck. Okay. Thank you for being a hero from Alexandria City. Thank you. Thank you. Now we need anyone from Eden Hope. Anyone from Eden Hope School? Yes.
While they're coming down, Marta from Alexandria will be on Fairfax Channel 10 Monday at 7 p.m. So, and we'll also be featuring the compilation film that you all saw. So that's Fairfax Public Access. And these folks are from Great Falls, Virginia.
And they were in the film about Mosby and about Mount Zion Church. At the end, you saw the little thing about the journalist, the Memorial for Journalism. Is there anything, and of course Clara Barton in The Angels of the Battlefield. Is there anything that you want to say to these children?
She asked, did you make up the dance yourself?
Yes. We tend to, sometimes on Friday, we'll just think of, we'll listen to the songs a couple of times, and then we'll just work through about what a good motion would be, and sometimes we have to worry about if we're repeating a motion. Because we don't want to be too repetitive, but it is really fun.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to award these children medals. Thank you so much for coming out and for your contribution. Okay. Thank you for participating in the American History Film Project. Thank you. Generation of Heroes, folks. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eden Hope.
So this is the time, we're getting ready to close off the afternoon, and this is the time where I have to make a quick pitch, where I need to say that we are dependent on people for donations. If anybody wants to donate, we're thankful for the people that helped us get here, especially one family that really donated a lot. And we'd like to thank you for allowing us to come to the Angelica. But we also need to say that we have a vision for the future, spreading out greater across the United States. And so if anybody would like to continue to donate to us, you can write a check for the American History Film Project and put your email at the top of the check, and you will get a tax deduction. We'll send it to you through your email. Then on top of that, we have a great need for volunteers. We have a board, and they spend a lot of their time reaching out to people and getting involved, but we need some more help. We really have dreams and visions, and we need you to join our board or to do volunteer work with us so we can go even greater distance. So thank you for your time. We're going to go out and have our pictures taken on the red carpet if you haven't done it already. Is there anything else we need to mention?
Just visit us on the website. All the kids' films will be featured on the website. That's www.americanhistoryfilmproject.org. So there's an interactive map there, and when you click on the state, then the film will be on there. So within the next couple of weeks, we expect to get the films uploaded. We want to feature one student a day, and I mean in terms of uploading. And we hope that you'll also like them on YouTube and Facebook. So if you sign, we're going to send you off to the red carpet, and then upstairs in our lounge we'll have cake, and we want you to sign our book to give you give us the email address so we can send you links to all these good things, and keep in touch and have copies of the films.
And lastly, we want to share where things are going in the future. We hope to be featured on Channel 21, Fairfax County Station, Channel 21, Fairfax County Public Schools. The man there who I've contacted had said that he will show our films on Fairfax County Public Schools site, their station, and he will take the pictures. We'll send the pictures of the kids on the red carpet of Fairfax County students, so he'll do that. Also, we plan to visit, again, as Kim had mentioned, Fairfax County is celebrating its 275th anniversary. We're going to do that. We're going to be there. Kelly is going to be at a Nebraska Brown bag thing this summer, where she's going to be talking to other educators or other people in Nebraska about Nebraska history.